Two experts are with us. So joining in today, we have Nuresh Mirani, who's going to analyze all the stock queries that we get, and Nikhil Kothari is our personal finance expert for the day. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks much for joining in. We have a first caller already. Surendra has called in from Jharkhand. Hi, Surendra. What's your question?
My question is that I have 2,000 shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Okay.
It is weekly right from the day from the IPO in 1993. I had applied for 200 shares, and in allotment I got 100 shares.
Okay.
And thereafter, Kotak Mahindra gives, I suppose, 2 times bonus and 2 times it gives right issue.
Okay.
And in the years, perhaps 2011, it split into 5 face value. So total share was in 2011 was between 2,670, out of which in April 2013 I sold 670 shares at a price of rupees 700.
Okay.
So right now I have 2,000 shares. So my question is what I do. I have to continue with the Kotak Mahindra. I am a long-term investor. I can hold it for another 2, 3 or 4 more years, or I should switch to any other.
Okay, Surendra, first of all, congratulations. You bought a good stock when it was listing. It's performed very well. Since then, you have now 2,000 shares. Just earlier today, the bank also released its earnings, which are stable, in line with what was being expected. So no worries really for this bank as of now, fundamentally speaking. In fact, their recent spate of acquisitions has put this bank firmly in the top 5 category. But Nuresh, on a technical point of view, how does Kotak Mahindra Bank look for someone who's willing to hold on for the long term, or would you advise some profit booking? I mean, he's already, I think, booked some profits over the years, but could some more perhaps today?
Like if we look at Kotak Mahindra Bank, it has been a steady compounder over the last 20 years and has almost beaten everything in the index as well. What we see even in the short term, the stock has continued in an uptrend. And even on a longer term chart basis, it has been in an uptrend. So if one has a view of 2 to 3 years, I would say continue to hold on. And it has been an outperformer in the banking segment. So it will not make much of a sense to shift to any other bank and continue to hold with Kotak Mahindra for the next 2-3 years.
All right, then hold on is the call, in fact, on Kotak Mahindra Bank, but the buy price as well. It's been a lottery really for you. But take a look at the Nifty. In fact, we're at the high point of the day. We're up close to around 98 points. So a century is definitely coming. 86.50 on the cards as we speak. But let's go to our next caller. Dhaval calls us from Mumbai, and he has a personal finance query. Hi, Dhaval.
Hi.
Hi, how can we help you?
I have taken a 10 lakh loan for 15 years. And my EMI is 7,500. And my annual income is 4 lakh rupees. But I want to pay this loan in 5 years. So could you suggest me with some good investment plan?
All right, Dhaval, just hold on. We'll get in Nikhil. Nikhil, could you help Dhaval out, and any further details you'll require?
Yeah, so basically he's saying that his EMI is 7,500 and and overall loan is of 10 lakh rupees.
Yeah, Nikhil, that's correct.
Right. In that case, he's hardly paying the interest component. So what I recommend is that first of all he should increase the EMI, because that's hardly covering the interest component. But if I look at in 5 years you want to repay the 10 lakh rupees, so in that case what he can do is that he can start a monthly SIP of 12,000 rupees. From his current income, it looks difficult that he can save 7,500 plus 12,000. So what he can do is that he can extend from 5 years to 8 years and start saving 6,000 rupees every month. He can look at something like a balance fund, because the horizon is 5 to 8 years. Balance fund invests around 70% in equities and 30% in debt, and assuming that it's 12% post-tax return which he can get over next 5 to 8 years, he will be able to repay the money in next 5 to 8 years.
Okay, Dhaval, I have one question for you. I'm just a little bit confused. This investment plan that you're looking for, is it once the term of your loan ends after 5 years, or do you want, your EMI?
No, to pay the loan early, it should be a balance. So, if I want to pay the loan early, so I think he gave the correct answer.
Okay, fine. All right, as long as you're satisfied with that. But do remember, if there's a choice between investment and repaying your loan should take priority. Up next, Yogesh Sharma calls in from Gujarat with a query on India Cements. Hi, Yogesh.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, what's your question?
I have bought 100 shares India Cement, credit of 100.
So what is the in future that can I hold it?
Are you a long-term investor or do you trade?
5 to 1 year I can hold.
Okay, 1 year, 5 months to a year. Okay. Nuresh, it's almost, say, near term, 5 months onwards. What's your advice on India Cements?
Like if we look at the cement sector, technically all of them have broken out in the last 10 days. So everything, whether it's a large cap from Ambuja to Ultratech, even a Prism Cements and a Heidelberg Cements. And in the same period, you don't see India Cements has moved up. So what it shows you, it's a laggard in the sector. So I would suggest the investor to shift into something like a Prism Cements or a large cap company like Ambuja Cements, because these are the stocks which have gone into all-time highs compared to stock like India Cements, which has been a underperformer. So in a bull market, I would like to stay with a outperformer rather than go with something which has been a very strong underperformer over the years. And given the a lot of fundamental news regarding India Cements which has been blocking any upside moves, so I would say consider a shift to any other cement stock.
Mahesh calls us from Maharashtra and he has some investments in TVS Motors. Hi Mahesh.
Hello.
Hi, how can we help you?
I have 50 shares of TVS Motors at the rate of 254.
Okay.
And I just want to know that whether I should sell it out or whether I should hold it.
Mahesh, you don't mind?
I can hold it for next 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months, all right. That's not too long a time horizon, and the stock has been a big outperformer as well. But let's go to Naresh. Naresh, here's an investor. He's gotten at around the 250 mark. I remember the stock, in fact, has more than tripled in the last 18 months approximately. But he's gotten at 250, and yet he's making money of around 50 rupees. Should he hold on for the next 4 months? Maybe there's peak season coming up at the end of the year. What do you think?
Say technically, if we look at TVS Motors, the longer term trend as well as the shorter term trend is up. But what we see, the stock has moved up into overbought zones, and maybe we could see another dash towards 320 to 330. And post that, we could again get into a sideways move. And that is what the stock has done before also. So it consolidated well around 230s to 250s. So I would say over the next, if the horizon is only 3-4 months, I would say any rise to 320, 330, he can book out and wait for some dips into the stock, and if it gets back to 260, 270, he can look for a re-entry.
That's the advice on TVS Motor. Another caller on the line with us is Devashish Mukherjee, who calls in from Kanpur. Hi Devashish, what's your question?
हाँ मैम, हेलो.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your question?
Good afternoon मैडम. मैडम मुझे थोड़ा जीवीके पावर के बारे में थोड़ी जानकारी करनी थी.
हाँ बताइए.
मैंने 12 रुपीज 40 पैसे में जीवीके पावर लिया था 400 शेयर्स. तो मैडम उसका फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट क्या है, यही थोड़ा जानकारी करनी थी मुझे.
देवशीष, आप नॉर्मली ट्रेडर हैं या आप इन्वेस्टर हैं?
मैडम नॉर्मली देखिएगा मैं पोजिशनल ट्रेडर हूँ, पोजिशनल ट्रेडिंग करता हूँ.
अच्छा.
वो डिपेंड करता है स्टॉक पे.
लेकिन अभी फिलहाल आप फंसे हुए हैं. ओके. Nuresh, he has a slight problem. He's bought into GVK at slightly higher levels. He is a positional trader by nature. What would you advise him? Just bite the bullet?
So if we look at all the infrastructure stocks, they've all fallen terribly over the last 5-6 years. As well as in the near term, they have been underperformers. Post the move in election period, the stock is back to somewhere closer to 9-10 levels. But what we see is over the last 6 to 12 months, the base has been set up at 8 to 9. So I would be a bit hopeful and expect a bounce towards 12 to 14 levels. And that is where he can get out of the stock and look for any other relative opportunity.
Then that's the call coming in on that particular counter. But pull up the Nifty. The Nifty, in fact, is trending higher. And pull up HDFC Bank. Remember, HDFC has been leading the chart today. But pull up HDFC Bank. You'll see that that stock as well has taken off in the last few minutes. In fact, that one has spiked up. We pull out something like a Reliance Industries as well. That one as well has moved to the high point of the day. So there is clearly some buying that's been seen, and maybe some covering as well that's coming about in the last few minutes, because the Nifty has moved. Now it's sitting with a gain of around 110 points. So just pull up the Nifty. You'll see the Nifty is gradually moving higher. UB Holdings as well from the mid-cap space. These stocks we don't really talk about too often, but you just look at the mid-cap space. That one as well is seeing profit booking, but there are a few stocks that are moving higher. So you pull up something like an Escorts. That stock, in fact, has gained in the last few minutes. RS Software as well has been seeing profit booking. That one as well is moving higher, but it's looking quite good. And we pull up the volume picture as well. You'll see that the total cash volumes are in excess of around 10,000 crores. So good going for the Nifty as we speak. 110 points. Remember, when we started off the show, we were rejoicing the 95-point rally we have seen. And currently, we've put on more weight. So 110 points. HDFC Bank, That's the one who said, don't leave me out in the last few minutes. That one, in fact, has moved to the high point of the day. But
and Nigel, it's not just that. In fact, some stocks, which were down and out, something like a BAIL is also attempting to now move into the green. So in the last few minutes odd, it has added about a 0.5%, and that stock could be in the green anytime now as well. Other than that, Tata Motors, ICICI Bank also looking good. But one set of numbers which disappointed today was South Indian Bank. The earnings didn't look good at all. So a worried investor naturally calls in. Rajat Parmar writes to us from Delhi. He says he holds 100 shares of South Indian Bank, which he has bought at the rate of 30.5, and he now wants to know whether he should remain invested in the stock or book out. So he's not making major losses actually right now, but let's see what the expert opinion is. Nuresh?
Say, technically, if we look at South India Bank, there is a double bottom closer to 25-26, and in the near term it has faced a lot of resistance around 31-32 levels. So I would expect the stock to remain sideways for some time, but overall we expect a breakout going ahead after a few weeks. So I would say hold on at current levels, and we could be looking towards a target price of 36-38 over the next 6 months. So remain bullish on the stock, and at current levels I would say the risk reward is in favor for the investor.
Dr. Tripathi calls us, and I think he has a query on Syntex. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi. How can we help you?
I have Syntex at 94,200 shares.
All right.
I've been holding it for around a month now.
All right.
And I need a perspective. Can I hold it for around 6 months more?
All right. So, Suyesh, actually, you bought it after even the stock doubled, but good going on you because you're still making close to around 13 bucks, more than 10% returns is what you're making. But let's get in the expert, Naresh. What do you think? He's bought it at 94, but he's still making money. Stock is higher today as well. 108 is what the current market price is.
So technically, we like Syntex at current levels. If you look at the last 6 to 8 months, it had a lot of tops around 103 to 105 levels. And it has given a cup and handle breakout, which gives us a target projection of 130 to 150 over the medium term. And the stock can consolidate around 102 to 108 for some time. But going ahead over the next 3 to 6 months, we expect a move towards 130 and higher. So I would say continue to hold on to the stock with a view of next 3 to 6 months.
All right, Suyash, so that's the advice for you. Need to hold on for another 3 to 6 months. The stock could go higher for sure. 130 is the levels that Nuresh sees. Nuresh, your disclosures?
No personal holdings in the stock discussed.